Coach, a genuine classic to round out the first day of this Chick-fil-A tournament. Obviously disappointed that you came out on the losing end. This was a crazy game. You were up 34-15 at the half, utter domination, and then interestingly they outscored Hammond 34-15 to tie it at the end of regulation, and then it was just electric the rest of the way. Talk a little bit about coaching in a game like this.
Well, you know, it's funny, I talked to some others. I couldn't quite decide what to say at halftime or after the game to the team, because I was excited that we played well in the first half, then we played okay in the second half, then we were down and left on the mat for death, and then we came back and showed resiliency, and then they were on the mat and they came back. So that part of it was just sort of, you got to enjoy the whole game completely. But my disappointment was we didn't rebound the ball very well. We gave up 16, 17 offensive rebounds, and we shouldn't have done that. And I think that was the difference in the game. And then Tevin got off a little bit in the second half, and he's just a heck of a player and heck of a scorer. But overall, I mean, you know, I'm very, very disappointed. We came here to win the Chick-fil-A tournament, not just to beat Dreer, and it's probably my biggest disappointment. But I guess that shows how far the program's gotten. We beat Spring Valley one week and playing with the #1 3A school in the second game in the same week. So I'm excited for our program. I'm disappointed we lost and had a chance to win it. But like you said, that was a classic game, fun to coach and fun to play in.
You know, I know this is an old cliche, but at halftime when you're up 19, it's easy, especially when these are young, really young people, to think that, hey, this game is essentially over with. Did you feel like the kids kind of came out flat in the second half, or is this more of an all credit to Dreer?
No, I think we've always talked about the first 2 minutes of the second half are the most important, so that story's nothing new. I really don't think, I don't know whether we came out flat. You know, we tried to convince them the score was 0-0. We talked a lot about Dreer would make some runs, you know, probably close it at 6, 7, 9, somewhere in there. So we really prepared them for that, not to lose their poise. You know, they just made some shots, and we didn't make some shots, and all of a sudden it got tightened up, and we didn't change much from what we were doing. They just started scoring, and then they killed us on the boards.
Yeah, they started the second half with a 15-1 run. You guys didn't get a field goal until I think the 5-minute mark of the second half, and it just seemed, it was just weird. Slowly but surely they came back. Let me just finish with this. The kids, obviously, these are a good group of kids. Do you feel like they're going to bounce back fine from this? Because obviously this is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I think so. You know, we're going to 7th Woods' grandparents' funeral tomorrow at 2 o'clock, so that's going to be kind of a somber event. You know, you look at life half full, half empty. I think that might be a continuous rally point for our boys to bond. We're all going over together in the Hammond bus. So yeah, I think we'll bounce back. It's early in the season, man. I mean, it's not like we just lost the state championship in December. You know, the key is we're going to have to get ready for whoever is next, which aren't going to be easy teams coming up. Those are some powerhouse teams we're going to have to play. And then we'll go to Greenville after that, after Christmas, and play in the Dan Joyner Classic. So we've got a lot of games in the next 4 or 5 days.
We've talked a lot about 7th and Xavier and Chavez, but I want to mention one young man that we haven't had a chance to talk about, but I think beginning tonight we will be talking about him a lot over the next 4 years. Freshman, 6'4" guard, Lucas Prickett came in, opened the game up on his own personal 8-0 run to get you guys jump started. Yeah. This kid has grown up quick and is quite a player.
Yeah, he actually, you say the word grown up, he's grown up 4 houses down from me. So I've known him his whole life, and he's been over at my house most of his life, been in my driveway his whole life. So I kind of feel like he's a 4th son of mine, so it's kind of special. He's fearless, man. I mean, you know, to come out in 2 big games back-to-back, Spring Valley and this environment, Chick-fil-A, and you know, once he gets going offensively, you know, he can flat out stroke it. He's got good energy, you know, smiles a lot, is just excited to be here. And
understands the game, obviously, which is nice to see. And,
I mean, he can play point guard, 2 or 3, so he's and he's a great defender as well, very quick. plays hard. So,
and the best thing of all, he's a freshman.
Best thing of all,
3 more years after this one. Right. Coach, thanks. Congratulations, or thank you for spending the time with us. Sorry about the loss, but we'll see you again on Monday.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.